Hey, this is Bill for Sparky Channel, and today we're honored to have a guest from Milwaukee Tools. This is Garrett, and he's going to be showing us the new Milwaukee Lasers. How are you doing today, Garrett?
I'm good, Bill. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Really excited to talk to you guys about the new product category for Milwaukee. As you know, and a lot of your subscribers know, lasers have been something that people have asked for from Milwaukee for a long time. It's probably one of the more highly anticipated categories for us to get into. So it's really exciting that we get to announce that these are coming out this year and starting to ship here in November. So, really excited category for us. And I think when we looked at this category and how we can come in and make a difference, right? How we can come in and innovate and differentiate from everybody who's in the space. There was a couple things that we really looked at. Things that guys care about are going to be runtime and visibility primarily when it comes to lasers. And we really attacked those across our entire lineup. Green lasers have exploded in popularity over the last several years because they're about 4 times brighter than red lasers. So our entire lineup, being whether they're powered by the red lithium USB batteries, which we'll show in a little bit, or the M12 system, they're going to be 100% focused on a high intensity green visibility. So you're going to get great visibility, with that green, and you're especially going to get great visibility at distance. So prioritizing that work and getting as much work as you can out of that beam in long range applications. The challenge with green lasers is that they do take up about 6 times more power than a traditional red laser. So to get that visibility advantage, and especially to run it all day, you've got to have a power source or a battery that can really drive that type of demand. And that's where, we really feel you're familiar with our battery technology. You're familiar with our systems, Bill, and all your subscribers will be as well.
Yes.
So that's really where we feel we can come in and make a big difference. So coming in with that red lithium technology is going to allow us to really push that all day runtime. So you're going to see not only that great visibility, but across the USB lasers, they're all going to run at least 8 hours a day, 8+ hours on a single charge. And on the M12, we're really over delivering on that. So the M12 lasers are going to deliver over 15 hours of runtime on that battery. So now users aren't forced to make this choice, right? Like today, a lot of times, especially if they're using like an alkaline battery to run their lasers, if they're using green, they're prioritizing visibility, but they're not getting the runtime and that all-day performance that they really need. On the flip side, if they choose a red laser, they're getting that runtime, they're getting better runtime, but they're completely sacrificing visibility. So our entire program is heavily focused on coming in and eliminating that compromise. So that's something where we see across that USB platform as well as the M12. We're going to have a great story there from a runtime and visibility perspective. I also think that if you look at kind of what else is important when it comes to a laser, and there are several things, but one thing that we found in our research and working with end users is that setup is a big piece of lasers.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So it sounds like you're familiar with it, right?
Oh, my goodness. For electricians, that's everything,
Right.
It's got to be fast enough to set up. And
right. So you're,
it.
see, it sounds like you're familiar with it. And really what we found is there's a couple of high frequency applications that are used quite a lot that we're paying attention to and that we're delivering a solution for on our line and plane lasers. So for example, when you're setting up 2 points, if you're doing a long run of conduit, or if you're just trying to get as much distance with that vertical line as you possibly can, you have to start with your floor layout and you have to align 2 points that are at a long distance, 50, 60, 70 feet away from you, sometimes more. And to align those 2 points at the accuracy the guys need, it's really difficult with some of the lasers that are out there today. So you see them kind of fiddling with them. They're kind of tapping on the side of the laser, trying to get that precise movement that they need to get that dialed in. And across that distance, any small movement at the laser is amplified at the other end. So it moves that line a mile. So on all of our line lasers, we were focused on delivering a solution for this. So we integrated a microcontrol. So there's going to be an actual adjustment knob on the side of the L bracket for each of the lasers that are going to give that microcontrol so you can have a smoother, more fine adjustment so you get the accuracy and the precision that you need, which is really going to save time and make guys more efficient on site. And it sounds like you're familiar with that, and then we're really excited to deliver that.
It's actually on the bracket.
Correct. Yeah. So let me show you a little bit of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let's see this.
So I'm gonna show you the M12. This is the cross and point. Okay.
Yes.
So this is going to have the vertical and horizontal line as well as the up and down plumb dots. Better on
Oh,
screen.
I see. Yes.
Vertical line.
Uh-huh.
The other difference that I'll point out in this feature is as I'm doing that, I mentioned that I have the down dot, the plumb dot that's on the floor. And that's really where I start my setup, right? That's your first reference point, and then you're trying to hit the second reference point that's that 50, 60, 70 feet away from you. When I'm using that adjustment knob, that point doesn't move. So it pivots on point. That way that first reference mark stays exactly where you place it, and you don't have to worry about that moving on you. Whereas competitors, you move that laser a little bit, and your point can jump off the spot that you're trying to hit right in front of you on the floor.
What kind of setups do you have for tripod mounts?
Yeah, so we're launching 3 accessories at the same time as these starting to ship here in November. So we're going to have a 360 bracket that's going to allow you to basically mount your laser in any orientation. It's going to be compatible with all of our lasers, all of our line lasers.
Right.
Now, we're also launching a laser target that's got some unique features to it, as well as a track clip that you can hook onto like wall angle. Specific to your question about tripod, so tripods aren't going to be launching at the same time. So they're not coming in November, but they are coming very, very quickly behind this launch.
Oh,
so you'll see those.
You're going to have an actual Milwaukee tripod.
Yeah, so you'll see a tripod coming out shortly.
See, that's news to me. I didn't hear that before.
yeah, it's on its way. It's in the works. We've got really across this entire category, this is something where this isn't just a singular launch. This is something that we're heavily invested in layout and lasers, and we're excited to grow this category. So you'll see, just like we kind of teased the tripod a little bit, that's going to be coming down the pike. You'll see a lot of laser solutions and layout solutions focused on how do we make electricians and core users more efficient, more productive on site, save them time so that they can really maximize their application, maximize their time on site.
Okay. And will it have both 1/4 inch and 5/8 inch capability for the tripod?
Great question. I'll actually show that. So I'm going to show you the USB first. So this is our USB cross line. So all of our USB lasers are going to have a 1/4 inch connection at the bottom. So that's going to be for a 1/4 inch connection on a tripod. The M12, both the cross line and points, which I already showed you, as well as our 360 3-plane, both of those at the bottom of this bracket are going to have the 5/8 and the 1/4 inch connected. So they're going to be able to attach to a large connection or a small one on a tripod.
Great. Yeah. I'm really interested in that laser you have in your hand right there.
Yeah.
360.
Yeah. I'll say this is probably the one that's created the most amount of buzz. I mean, when this was, when we announced this on our pipeline event, this is the one that really created the most excitement. So, it's pretty unique because you've got the horizontal 360-degree line all the way around the room, but then you've also got 2 others. So you can see this front one here, which will create a vertical going one way, and then this side plane that'll shoot another vertical the other way. So now you're able to do all your squaring applications on the floor, your squaring applications on the ceiling, out in front of you to any side. So you can lay out an entire space, an entire room very easily.
I think you should send me one of those.
Yeah. All right, it's in the mail. I'll make sure we get one out to you.
That's crazy. I've never seen one like that with 3 lasers, 3 separate lasers, 360 lasers on the same laser.
Yeah, I mean it's like I said, it's driven a lot of excitement. So we're really excited about that one, and it's going to be a game changer, I think, from what you guys are going to be able to do from an efficiency and productivity standpoint.
How are you doing with the November time frame? Is it going to be really out in November? Or?
Yeah, I mean we're right on top of that, aren't we? It's crazy that it's the end of October right now, but
this is a very timely video.
It is, yeah, it's great. But we are beginning to ship in November. So you'll see those begin to go out in the month of November. I've seen guys save anywhere from 5 minutes to 10 or 15, depending on what they're trying to do in each setup. So, I mean, you're doing that same type of process multiple times in a day. So the time really starts to add up, because what happens if you don't have that type of control and you don't have that type of that micro control fine adjustment, you end up trying to get it as close as you can, and then you walk the full distance down to the target you're trying to hit, realize that you're off 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, then you got to walk back and do that process all over again. Here, you have so much control at that laser point. You're able to dial that right in and hit your mark right away, so that you can go down, verify you hit your mark. Yep, I'm good to go. So you're not wasting that 5 to 10 minutes walking back and forth sometimes trying to get that laser set up. I mean, the other nice thing is it makes one-man setup a lot easier too, right? Instead of having to have a second person at the other end of your laser telling you which direction you need to go and how close you are, it's a lot easier to complete as a one-man setup where you're doing it just yourself without a coworker helping you.
Yeah. So you have 2 of the 12-volt lasers.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. You got the 360 with the 3 different 360s, and then you have a cross-line and point laser in the 12-volt system.
Yep. That's correct. And so this is that 363 plane that you're talking about. Again, 100% green, got the 360-degree lines. And then the second M12 unit is going to be a cross line with plumb points. So you're going to get the vertical and horizontal line as well as the up and down plumb dots.
Okay. And what are the price points on these?
So the price point's going to kind of vary, retailer to retailer and distribution to distribution.
Yeah.
Typically what you're going to see them at is that cross line and plumb points laser. It'll be about $499 for a kit, $399 for a bare tool. Okay. And then on the 363 plane, that's going to come in a kit with a 4 amp hour battery for $599.
Okay.
So
that sounds good. So how about the USB lasers?
Yeah, so the USB, we'll go through each of one of those in detail. So this is a 3-point laser. So this just shoots your up, down dot, and then your level coming out the front. Has the adjustable clearance bracket, as well as our amplified rare earth magnets. This one is going to come in a kit for $249.
Those are super for tenant improvement.
Yeah.
For setting up where you're going to put new walls and so forth. In tenant improvement, they're just great. You get your spot up on the ceiling and on the floor and so forth, and you just start framing,
Yep.
Those are great.
And we've also got a dedicated cross line. So this will just do your vertical and horizontal lines. Same battery, amplified rare earth magnets, integrated bracket. This one is going to be $299 with the kit. And then we also have a cross line with plumb points. So the same as what we talked about on the M12. This is going to have a vertical, horizontal line, up and down plumb dot. And this kit will be $349.
Well, where does the battery go on those?
Yeah, good question. So we have this battery cap up top here.
Oh yeah.
Pop that off, and it runs off of this USB red lithium USB battery. This cap will completely cover the battery. And then to charge it, you've even got this. It's kind of hard to see here on the camera, I know.
I can see it.
You've got the USB plug here, so I can actually plug this in and charge that battery inside of my laser. Or I can have a separate charger and just swap out the batteries if I want to. But you can plug this in and charge it while the laser's running. So if you have an adapter, if you have a USB cord, you can plug that right in and keep running.
Well, that will greatly increase your runtime.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say especially if you're plugging something into it and using it while it's charging, I mean, your runtimes would be incredible. Without that, just the battery and a fully charged battery, all of these will give you over 8 hours of runtime on the crossline lasers, and you'll get 15 plus on the 3-point. As long as you're charging your batteries at the end of the day, I mean, you're going to get essentially continuous runtime. When you're using alkaline batteries, like we talked about in the beginning, to run a green laser, you don't get the runtime that you need, and you end up swapping those batteries more consistently. So not only are you sacrificing runtime, but every time you switch those batteries, it's an additional purchase, right? So you're swapping the 3 or 4 AA batteries that run your laser, and that's added cost over and over and over again. So one thing that's nice about the red lithium USB is you're going to completely eliminate that high cost of ownership. You're not going to have to constantly buy AA batteries to run your green laser. You're going to be able to recharge them. And like I said, just continue to run without that added cost. So that added cost can really build up. We've seen heavy users spend, over $200 a year just to run one laser with alkaline. Ooh. So having that rechargeable advantage is going to be a nice cost savings over the course of a year as well.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thanks so much, Garrett. That's a really good presentation, and those are very exciting lasers.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thanks. Like I said, thanks for having me on. We're really excited about it. And, we're, like I said, can't wait to get you one out. I know you're clamoring for that 3-plane, so we'll get one out to
you. Absolutely. Okay. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it.
I'll put links in my video description for the new Milwaukee USB green lasers and for the new Milwaukee 12-volt green lasers.